What is going on, YouTube land? So, I'm going to start streaming a profile I made on American Truck Simulator. I figure this game, it's gaining popularity and it's honestly one of my favorites, so I figure if I'm going to play it, might as well show everybody what's going on. So, I'll start out from the beginning of the game, and I'll talk about some mods real quick. Most of the mods on this that I use in this profile came from the Steam Workshop. That's also where I purchased this game. With that being said, not all of the mods came from there. I have a couple map mods, like one for Canada, and then one for the states that are not covered with the game already. So if you're unfamiliar with the game, pretty much these states, so you got Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, and Texas East have been covered, with the exception of Alaska, of course. All of these western states where you see the roads are a little bit different, these are not American Truck Sim codes. These are all made by someone else. So if you look up on the American Truck Simulator forum, you can find out where to get these maps. I'm still not done getting them. As you can see, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, and Wisconsin, and Minnesota are pretty bare. So there's a mod that'll cover those, and then the Atlantic states over here, they're kind of bare too, and there's a mod that will cover that. So, but for the time being, I'm not really worried about that. I started a new profile pretty much for the point of just recording this and kind of YouTubing the routes, so we can pick her out. Again, so I'll tell you how the game starts. You'll first start out with a load. It's like 30 to 50 miles. You'll haul that load, and then it will give you the option to pick a shop to own anywhere on the DLCs that you have purchased. So again, Texas East. So pretty much any of these. I chose Salt Lake City simply for the fact that it's kind of in the middle of the map, not counting this stuff over here. So it kind of gives me lots of options. And in the beginning, your routes are relatively shorter, so I've got plenty of options for short routes. So that was kind of my idea. I've got profiles where I've started in Phoenix. My latest one I started, I think in Dallas or Houston. So, and then like I've done one where I started in California. So it doesn't really matter where you start. To me, it's just more of a logistics thing. But like I said, it don't matter. So you will deliver your first load, and you'll come to find out you ain't got hardly any money. So what do? You can't buy a truck, can't buy anything. So you go to your job market. All you can do is quick jobs. This here will highlight. You can pretty much drive any of these semis, and there's a whole lot of options here. I kind of like the quick drive option just because if you want to get a feel for a particular semi to see if you like it or not, this is your chance to try it out without having to buy it. So what do we want to do? Up here, by the way, I do have my routes priced, sorted by price per distance. So I'm going to see all of the drives that pay the most per mile. And then the ones that don't, ones that pay less, I'll see last. So if I'm looking here, let's see. So Salt Lake to Salina, and we got Salt Lake to Elko, and then we actually got this one. It's actually in the same town. So what we'll do, we'll go ahead and do that one real quick. Setup wise, I'm using a G27 wheel and pedal setup with paddle shifters. I don't have an H pattern shifter that's meant for the rig stuff yet. So, alright, so you have picked your job. We'll hit drive. And you're in your rig. You don't have to worry about driving to the location. It already starts you at your start point with your load attached. So for a first timer, I'd say this would be a pretty drastic load that you wouldn't want to carry. I've played this plenty of times before, so I thought it'd be okay to do that one, and it's a relatively short haul. Now, everyone can do their transmission setups however they want. Like I said, let's turn that sound down some more. I used, for this one, I'm starting out with the real automatic, just to make it easier. So we'll try that. Yeah, that should be a little better. So, as you can see, alright, so we will start our journey. It's a relatively short one, like I was saying. The real automatic just kind of makes it a lot easier to drive. I like using a real shifter, I just don't have one. And the sequential, like the paddle shifters, kind of make it a little bit of a pain. So I'm going to try to get out of the way as much as I can, being that this is such a big load. Yeah, I'm gonna block traffic, but it is what it is. So I'm actually going to move the seat back, kind of increase our field of vision. Unfortunately, you will have to do this in every truck. So it's one reason why I like buying a truck sooner rather than later. As you guys can see, I'm on one monitor, so. But for now, I will shut up and enjoy the drive. So like I said, this was a short drive. We're pretty much already here. So once you get to where your cargo needs to be delivered, it will give you the option for trailer delivery to earn some extra experience points. Starting out, you can't do the most challenging one, so it gives you a pretty simple one, just parking it. Right over there. Swing it out real wide. Really, you just want to park it in this flashing box, set the parking brake, and drop your cargo. It's as simple as that. So for the next one, I'll do another one here in a minute, and we'll see what we can do. But I'll add it in this video so you guys don't have to watch two different videos. Alright, so we've made our first load. We got 2 emails. Let's check them out. Alright, first one says you can buy some Peterbilt trucks in the virtual showroom. And then, conveniently enough, the next one says, hey, need money? We got you. So, if we go to the bank, we can loan up to 130. And if we go to truck dealers, there's one in Vernal. Now if we look to buy online, we can't even do that. We'd actually have to go visit the dealer. Don't want to do that at the moment. Don't have hardly any money, and I don't feel like taking out a huge loan. So let's look at the job market and see what else we can do. So with quick jobs, you also don't have to do them in the city that you're located in, like the last load was Ogden. You don't have to do another load in Ogden. So like this one here, you know, we could do that. Let's see. Let's haul the frac tank. It's a pretty quick one. Not too bad. Won't make this video too incredibly long. Alright, so we're hooked up to our frac tank. Normally, your information box down there would be lit up. I don't know what mod I have out of order, but it's caused that not to happen. So that is something I will have to fix. But anyways, we got a 3-hour drive, so let's hit it. Again, as before, you gotta adjust your seats and mirrors. I like sitting all the way back. So alright, that's good enough for this truck. I'm not really gonna mess with the lights. And normally the dash would be all lit up. Like I said, I have a mod that's out of order. When you go playing with mods, that's kind of a risk you take. Sometimes it seems like the stuff doesn't want to work. Again, I am using one monitor, not 3, so I'm doing all of my views off one screen. If you have 3, obviously that would be way better and easier to follow. So I gotta say, these international semis are pretty nice. Actually, let's go ahead and stop real quick and we'll take a look around the rig. I'm really pretty big fan of these. My daytime career has a lot to do with the trucking industry, and you know, admiring rigs is a big bonus of the job that I have. So on the inside, it's not too shabby. So International isn't my favorite. As you'll come to find out, Peterbilts are my favorite, more so the 389 over everything else. But tight twist here in this quarry. Just like the last haul, I won't talk a whole lot during this trip. I'll just let you guys watch and I'll comment along the way, but for the most part I'll try to stay relatively short with the commentary. Security checkpoint here, so we gotta stop. Alright. Look good out to the left. Just a heads up, my videos will mainly be done in the in-cab view, specifically for the fact that this is a simulator, and I kind of enjoy this view rather than the overhead view. So, but if you guys feel differently, feel free to let me know, and if there is something you guys want to see that I don't show, feel free to let me know that as well. Seems I really like the detail that they put in these towns. So I will tell you, you know, from the fact on the side that ATS has done. So I recently went to South Texas for vacation last summer, and a lot of the graphics very much resembled what I saw in Texas. And the SpaceX facility was even very, very precisely mapped out. Very much, very similar to the real life deal. So I think that's one thing to admire with this simulator. They definitely put in the work. So we're going to hop on I-15 here. So some of you guys might be wondering, what's the weather like in this game compared to realistic Sims? Rain and thunderstorms are pretty good. If you're expecting to see some severe weather like really high winds that become kind of like a danger to the trucking industry, tornadoes or hurricanes, that's not in here. I kind of wish the thunderstorms sometimes were a little bit more aggressive, especially with the wind, just to make it more realistic. And then there is no snow, but there is a mod that you can download for the snow, and it's pretty good, except for the fact that if you enable that mod, it snows all the time everywhere. It's like if I'm in the northern states like Montana, I would be okay with some snow. If I'm in South Beach, California, I'm not really expecting to see a whole lot of snow. So that's probably the only complaint I have with the weather. Aside from that, the views are amazing. I've never been to Utah, so I can't attest to how the visual representation is here compared to real life, but from what I saw in Texas, it's pretty spot on, and the developers of this simulator have recently been retrofitting a lot of the existing states in their map to be more graphically appealing and correct. So, gotta love that. Alright, almost to Salina. So we're going to get off I-15 here. Take Highway 50 into town. Lots of cattle guards. Another hand to the graphic detail that they put into this simulator. There are road detours and road events, I guess. People pulled over and car accidents, sometimes big ones that make you divert from a highway. You have the ability to increase or decrease that chance, so that's kind of nice as well. So we are now in Salina. To make a sharp right turn here. got a mod also that turns all of the stores into real brand name stores, stuff that you're actually familiar with. So like a Walmart is called Walbertsons. With the mod, it's actually Walmart. I've got a Walmart distribution center mod. So if you can find mods, they make the game even better. There is a mod order. I'll explain that in another video at some point, or you guys can just look it up for yourself. But we're here, so it's kind of odd that there's 2 security shacks, but so we'll look. We're gonna put it right there. It looks like the best way to deliver this is probably going to be whipping this thing around. Luckily, frag tanks are pretty easy. And then I'll show you guys again about how parking it goes. So if you want the easier route, this is obviously much easier than just relying on mirrors like you would in real life. We're gonna have to cut it real hard here, which is fine. Cut it again. Let's see, we gotta pull up quite a bit here. Pretty close. Some deliveries I'll just use the mirrors. Some I'll go out to a view like this just to make it a little easier. I've done just an awful job parking this one. There we go. Straighten her up and we will be good. So yeah, that's pretty much what it takes to deliver a load in ATS. That'll be the end of the first video. We'll go ahead and drop the trailer. If you guys have anything you'd like to see in particular, feel free to let me know. Hope to make a couple of these videos every week, maybe do a live stream. It just depends. So, but if you guys want to try this out, I heavily recommend it. The DLCs are pretty cheap, so it's a fun game. So, see you guys on the road. Have a good one.